Hello friends, in this video tutorial, let us see the concept of SSAS time-based hierarchies. Now for the purpose of this video tutorial, we will start with the solution that we have developed in our earlier tutorial, last tutorial. Okay, so in this solution we have got a cube, and in this cube we have dim date dimension. Now let's go to its properties. So if we see, currently the type of this dim date dimension is regular. So let's change the type to time dimension. So this makes this dimension as time dimension now. Till now it was regular dimension, now it has been converted into time dimension. So now let's go to its attributes. Let's go to the first attribute, calendar quarter, and let's change its type from regular to to date, calendar, quarters. Okay. Now similarly, let us change the calendar year attribute. So let's go to its properties. Let's change the type from regular to date, calendar, years. Okay. Now let's go to day. Let's change this type from regular to date, calendar, date. Okay. Now let's go to English month name. Let's change this type from regular to date, calendar, months. So now we have converted this dimension and its attributes from regular to time related dimension and attributes. So now let's go to our cube. Let's save everything. Let's deploy our solution to check whether we have configured things correctly, whether it doesn't give us any error. So it has deployed successfully, which means our configurations are correct. Now let us add business intelligence to our cube based on time. Okay, so this time we are adding business intelligence based on time, and what we will select? We will select the hierarchy based on the order date. So we have selected the hierarchy based on the order date. So it will show the calculations related to the hierarchy. For this hierarchy, we are selecting multiple calculations. Let us click next. Now we have to provide which are the measures that we want to include in this calculation. So we'll select sales amount, internal sales count, and average sales. Let's click next. So this gives a summary, and the important thing is it also gives the formulas used to calculate those calculations that we have just added. So let us click finish. Let us save everything. So now if we come to calculations tab, we can see that those calculations have been added, and we can even see their formulas used for calculation, and these have been added through the add business intelligence option. Okay, so this is the auto calculated things, or that is calculations that have been added. Now let us deploy our cube. So it has been deployed successfully. We can go to the properties. So currently I have marked this particular transaction deployment to true. By default it is false. I have converted it to true. What this means is that all the changes that needs to be deployed will be deployed as one single transaction. Either everything will be deployed or nothing will be deployed. And when we are doing this transactional deployment, what we should do is, ideally it's a recommended practice that we should go to services.msc and we should start the distributed transaction coordinator service. So we should ideally have this particular service started. So now, as we have started this particular service, that is distributed transaction coordinator, now and deployment is also done. So next time if we deploy, it will make use of that service. Okay, not before that. So now as our cube is already deployed, let us reconnect and let us browse our cube. Okay, so we can browse this cube in multiple ways. Okay, so this is the new attribute added. Due to the calculations that we have added, this is the new attribute that was added, and we can see that whatever tick marks, the check boxes that we had ticked, those calculations are shown now as part of this attribute. Okay, now let us add year so that we can get year to date values. So now we can see that for 2008 there is a year to date value. Similarly for 2009 there is a year to date value, and for 2010 also there is year to date value. These values are shown now because we have added year, calendar year, as a column in our display. That's why it then calculates year related functions and calculations and shows them in our display when we are using the SSAS cube browser functionality. So I hope friends this video tutorial is helpful to you. Thank you.